Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. We are once again in Stormworks working on our Sandcrawler build, and in this one we are going to just kind of detail all around the ship. Later on we're going to add a bathroom to the lower floor. But yeah guys, that's pretty much what we got in store for today. A little bit of a simpler and shorter one for you, so I do apologize about that. In the next episode we're going to do the full med bay, so definitely stick around, stay tuned for that one. We definitely have a lot more to do in the next episode, but I wanted to share this with you guys. Just again, I talked about previously I didn't really like that platform being raised, so we're just going to get rid of it, make it look better now. But if you guys like the series so far, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Keep coming back for more. I'm going to keep making these videos. Obviously, we'll get this one done. As soon as this thing's done, I'll get it on the workshop and then get a couple videos out for you guys. But yeah, guys, that's about what we got for this one today. So I'm going to let the time lapse roll a little bit, and then I'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more. All right, guys, so we got a good amount of work done on this back little deck. I think this looks a lot better than having the little platform that's raised. It kind of wasted a lot of space, made it feel awkward. Now it's just one flat platform. You could land a small helicopter back here now if you wanted. It's not really the main goal. You're going to see later it's more so going to be for like cargo and or viewing. But yeah, definitely if you want to land a helicopter up here, it's not a problem. So I'm just going to kind of extend this backspace or this wall back here just because, obviously we have quite a big overhang here, so I want to support it a little bit. So that's what this is. I'm going to kind of following the same design idea, I guess, as what we had before. Just instead of it being a separate platform, it's just the same platform now, which now we don't need like a staircase or anything like that. I think it just looks a lot better. It feels a lot better. It's a lot more functional too. So But we are going to go ahead and spawn this in the world so you guys can get a look at it in the sunlight. I think it looks a lot better. So if you guys agree, let me know. Anyways, I think the space is at least a lot more usable. But yeah, we'll hop in this thing. I'll turn it on. I gotta clean this mess up. I know, guys, it's a mess, but that's usually how it goes when I build these things. I don't really know what I want the bridge or cockpit to look like yet, or what it needs to do, so that'll come later. But as long as it runs. But yeah, I'm just gonna take it out here, out in the sunlight, so you guys can look at it a little better. I think it looks a lot better, honestly. And also, you'll notice I did a little bit of work on the crane off camera. It's still got quite a ways to go. We'll come back. We'll circle back to that. I just kind of wanted to get like the shape of the crane into the ship before we start building away, and that becomes a problem. But yeah, we'll just swing this around a little bit. I'm hoping that this thing will be able to pick up cargo containers pretty easily. Now, I know I tested a cargo container actually the other day, so I know it works with that. What I haven't really tried picking up is like a large heavy vehicle, like a tank or something. Two issues is I need to make sure that the crane is, one, strong enough to pick something up like that, and then two, I need to make sure that it's not going to just make the entire vehicle flip over, which I don't really think's an issue, but it could be. So definitely I got to test out for that. And if that's an issue, you'll see later, I'm going to build in kind of like these jack stand things. We can always put magulls on the bottom and just connect it to the ground. But I don't know. I don't like doing that. It's not super realistic. It's not. They also have a limit. And if the ground's not level, they're going to connect weird. And I don't know. I just think they're kind of strange. But we're just going to come back here. I'm just going to paint this up a little bit. You'll notice this thing kind of matches the paint on the carrier quite a bit. And by that, I mean like even the railings in that little platform back there. I paint a lot of my stuff the same way. I like the color scheme I make. I like to make it all kind of look cohesive and like it matches and stuff. So that's that. If you guys want to recolor it yourself, you're always welcome to. But yeah, usually I'm just going to leave them in this color scheme. I think it looks good. It's easy. It's simple. But right now I am kind of looking for a place that I can cram a bathroom, funny enough. So you saw me just kind of playing around with doors and, I'm just, I don't know. I want to cram one in on this first floor. And I think then we'll get one up on the top floor too. And that'll be enough. We don't really need more than that. But I just wanted to have one down here along with, there's probably going to be like an equipment room and, some cargo loading stuff, that kind of, I don't know, just random mechanical items, equipment, that kind of stuff. That's what's going to be down here. But I wanted to cram in a bathroom, and then right next to the bathroom, opposite of that, or not opposite, just adjacent to it, we're going to put a microcontroller closet, which I always like to give a dedicated space for my microcontrollers so they're not just kind of all over this place. I've learned that later on in Stormworks, but also that gives you a way to get in there and repair them, if you break anything, which is pretty important. Right now I'm just working on a window for the bathroom. Figured we're down here, we might as well add one. It is a bathroom. It's also high enough up where privacy is not really an issue. So we might as well, in my mind. And again, I think this is going to be a pretty good location for it. I think I make the floor even. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't really want to make this a platform. We can just put a sink on that back wall, which is what we end up doing. So yeah, this will have a working bathroom, working sink, that kind of thing. As per my usual, we're not going to go super crazy with the plumbing on this ship. It's not going to be like the carrier or anything like that, but definitely we're going to cram our fair share of detail into it as usual, like I like to. And you guys will see. But yeah, this is the little room right here that the bathroom's going next to, and you'll see that little void space to the left, that's where our microcontroller closet's going to go. So the other side of the hallway is completely free for equipment. Again, ropes, connectors, cranes, that kind of stuff. So, even if you really want, you could probably store a couple vehicles in there. I know for sure the deck tractor that I made for the carrier probably would definitely fit in here. But yeah, that's kind of the goal. Is I want this thing to be, a mobile base. And with that, I want it to be there for either, emergency disaster relief or exploration or any of that. So with that, it needs to have a lot of basic functions for survival needs. That's kind of why I'm adding the water system early on. The rest of it can kind of, we can work around. Like later on, I'll probably add like an air conditioning and a climate control system for the whole ship, or at least the inside part, not like the hangar bay and the engine room. But for now, I wanted to get this part in. This is a simple little bathroom. Nice way we can fill in the space for now, while I think of other stuff to put on the other side, which again, will probably just be equipment, stuff for missions, that thing. which then leads me to what we're going to do in the next episode, which is the medical room. And you guys will get to see that's going to be a pretty big part of this ship or the boat or truck or, again, whatever. I don't know. I never know what to call this thing. But the med bags is going to be pretty big. Again, this thing is kind of more for like emergency relief, mobile base, that kind of thing. So with that, I wanted to have a relatively large medical facility. I think we end up getting 3 beds in there, a bunch of seats, that kind of stuff. It ends up looking pretty nice too. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, definitely stick around. And we'll even I even paint like a big med sign on the top of the land ship so you can see it from above. But yeah, that's kind of the current plan. We'll add a room for the crane and then probably, a room for passengers, like seats and stuff like that, a room to eat. But it's not going to be, there's not going to be a ton of like equipment as far as like radars, sonars, that kind of stuff. I'm not going to add that. It doesn't need that. It doesn't need to be that complicated. I just kind of want it to be a big ship that you can drive around with and you can carry a lot of stuff and or people in it comfortably. So it's going to be mostly rooms and seats and a lot of stuff like that. But, we still got to have these other rooms like the bathroom and the medical facility and room for our crane and driving and that kind of stuff. So I might even add like a radio room so you can put in, like communication networks in areas, or, I might add directional radar dish or radio dishes, that kind of stuff. But yeah, we're definitely going to probably have to add a good amount of equipment for communications. But other than that, not really. We'll have like a map screen and an engine readout, but I'm not going to add a sonar or radar or anything like that. You guys are just going to get a map and a couple dials. It just doesn't really need to be that complicated. I want it to just be simple and rugged and just kind of, again, big and comfortable. Not really one specific task in mind. I want you to just be able to move a large amount of stuff to an area if you need to with it. And then also if you also need, you can just use this as like a life support system as a base in the meantime while you get other stuff set up. And I'm just going to go ahead and start detailing this bathroom up a little bit. I figured while we are in here, we have the extra room. So I added these shelves and then a couple med kits, just they're nice to have. And then some empty slots just in case you have, stuff in your inventory you need to get rid of. But yeah, this is the bathroom. Pretty basic. I'm gonna paint some cabinets on here just because why not? We have the room. But yeah, that's most of the building that we're gonna do in this one. And like I said, in the next one we'll start tackling our medical room and stuff like that. So. But if you guys can think of anything other than, just kind of like crew spaces and cargo spaces that we should add to this, obviously I'm going to add, a mess hall and kind of like a common space to hang out, lounge around. But yeah, if you can think of anything else that I'm missing that you think this thing really could use, let me know. I know some of you mentioned making a military version of this thing. We'll see. I don't really know if I'm going to do that. There's a lot of work to that and a lot of conversions and math and stuff that has to get done, as well as one of the other really big issues is there's not really much space on the top of the ship, and that's usually the best place to put a gun. So they would have to be all mounted within the hull and or like VLS missiles, that kind of thing. But I'm just yapping about. We're finally done building this one, so I'm going to show it off as usual. I'm stuck in the wall. Good job, Al. But just going to go ahead and test things. It says it's flowing something. I think it's pushing air through the system quick. We'll see. Yep, there's the water. Just had air in the system. Well, good to know that works. I'll probably switch that over to a pressurized water tank and a valve just to miss out on the pumps and the logic on that, make it a little bit less laggy. But looks like our water systems should be working fine. Noisy little bugger that, huh? But yeah, guys, that's the bathroom we added. You saw the deck that we changed earlier in the episode. I think that added a quite a lot to the ship without really adding anything. Funny enough, we removed something, and I think it makes it look a lot better. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. We're just going to come out here and do some skids. If you made it to the very end, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That really helps out the channel quite a bit. You also, if you like the build, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to come back for more. Thank you guys for watching. I know this one was a little bit of a shorter one for you. Again, we got a lot more to do in the next episode. But again, thank you guys. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you in the next video.